the truth about finding success, I in a business, in a project, there's many different elements, but the one big key is consistency and dedication, Michael.
How do you be consistent and dedicated?
How do you do?
Is this relating to all things? So running a business, your own content? What are we talking?
Yeah, sorry, I should have provided some more context, but
that's why
whether you're starting a new business, like 2 Times Creative, whether you're starting a new project, it could be a podcast, whether it's a show, whether it's anything. I feel like everyone wants overnight success.
Yeah.
And I was reminded during the week once again that you're not going to get it. Pretty much. You're not going to get overnight success, and you literally have to expect years and years and years before you might find that success. And my favorite example, well, it's written on the sheet, so I was going to ask if you remember it. But my favorite example is Amazon.
Yeah.
And my lovely wife, Jess, reminded me, I think she brought this to my attention, that Amazon took 9 whole years before they started becoming profitable.
Yeah. There'd be so many examples of that as well.
But now they're just like some big empire where you're like, whoever thought of Amazon, they'd be getting a packet.
So for people listening to this or watching it, Darren's just brought up this great point that it's not going to happen overnight.
It's true.
But if they've just started posting on social, they've just started a new business, how do you stay consistent? Do you have any tips for us?
I think it's a great point. And I always say to people, if they're thinking about starting a new project or something, it's like, hey, great that you're motivated on day dot and week 1, week 2. But
it's easy to be motivated.
In 5 months, and you're like 5 months isn't that long in a grand scheme of 9 years for Amazon. But in 5 months, are you going to be equally as motivated to jump on that mic or jump on the website and type out an article?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be that? And reality is you're probably not going to be as motivated. But if you still think you're passionate enough about that business, what you can provide, or that topic, if you can sort of say yes to that answer, I think that's a massive part of it. And of course, you're going to get burnt out and not as motivated some days. But if you can just stay consistent and stay showing up, I think that's massive.
And I think to do that, for me at least, speaking to both of us, you're probably similar, is you need a purpose and a long-term goal of that brand or what you're actually doing with it. So to stay motivated, you obviously need that bigger picture goal. And for me, I actually like to set that big goal as almost borderline unrealistic. Like, you set it so weird, big that you've always got that massive thing up above you that you'd just be like, today I don't feel like doing it. It's becoming a grind. I'm not getting much engagement on socials. Like, whatever it is that sort of beats you up internally, you're just like, but this is the goal. Like, I've got to stick to this. And literally 1, 2, 3 years, you've got to stick to it if you actually want to do it. And that is the big goal. So the goals are important. And just a few other things I'd like to add is I think you've got to trial and error a lot in terms of what working. Don't be stubborn on one thing that's going to be the way to do something. Like, adapt, trial, try different things, because that's the only way you're going to figure out what's going to work best for you.
And I think another massive part of this is being dedicated to this craft and being dedicated to your business and stuff does not mean working your absolute ass off every single time. Like, do not think you have to burn yourself out and you have to work these, like, you get up at, or you start work at 8 and finish at 8 every day. Like, I don't think you should go in with that mindset, because credit to you, Michael, you said the other day, I just messaged you and asked how your day was or whatever. And you're like, I'm taking a me day. I'm taking some time off.
I'm on the couch watching NBA, Darren.
Yeah, but I was literally like, good on you, because as a business owner and you are your own boss type of thing, I imagine, I can't speak from experience that much, but I imagine you probably feel like you should always be on. You're like, well, if I take the next hour off, that's another hour I'm not putting into the business, and that might mean less money.
It's actually it actually hinders, excuse the dog barking if you can hear that, people. It actually hinders your business. I like to always go back to healthy you, healthy business. Yeah. So if you're working nonstop on your business to the point that you're suffering, you're not eating dinner at a normal time, you're not taking breaks, is your business actually going to benefit from that? In hindsight, or when you first think about it, you might think it's going to help, yes, but no, in reality, I can confidently say it's not going to help. So look after you. If you're healthy, you're motivated, you're happy, you're energized, you're sleeping well, then your business is sleeping well. It's energized, it's healthy.
Great analogy. I think it's actually super important. And I really love the mindset of don't work hard because it's working hard type of thing.
Yeah.
I really like the mindset of, like, if you feel tired or if you feel frustrated, then whatever work you're doing in that direct moment, that's going to be shit.
It's going to suffer.
Yeah. So just, like, literally take the next day off, take an hour off, and I will say I can guarantee you I'm not 100% guarantee you, but I can guarantee you by the time you get
Guru
back to
Darren.
work, your work will be much better. You will actually do much more efficient things than just being like grinding
Yeah,
in the middle of the night or whatever it is.
You know what it reminds me of? Like I think Threads is bad for this, but every social media platform of the 5 a.m. wake ups, 10,000 push ups,
Yeah.
3 smoothies, go to the gym. Like, this is how you find success. You have to get up at 5 a.m. Like, that is, there's a great word from it. I can't think of it. It's like,
It's like unrealistic expectations.
it's unrealistic, and it's negative to like the average person, or particularly people that are starting something new. So don't listen to that stuff. There's a lot of there's actually a few people I follow online that are great at being really transparent with that stuff, saying this is all bullshit, don't listen to it. So,
But again, you don't have to listen to that either.
yeah,
Like,
it's
it's a funny balance, because no matter who you listen to or look at, you're like, could be true for me, might not be, but it makes it tricky. But you have to stick with it. That's my overlying point. And I can't wait to talk about your week.
Well,
Unless you had anything to ask me about it.
No, I think that's a great wrap up of how to sustain longevity when you're starting new. And I think if you do have any questions about it, let us know, because I think these are the type of things that, particularly if it is a passion project or something you're just starting, very enjoyable for both Darren and I to talk about and hopefully help you. So if you have any questions, let us know. A good recap, Darren.
Thank you. One last point with that stuff. I think what you were saying about trialing new things is great for the business and great for maintaining that longevity. Like, if you're finding yourself like just going through a routine, throw a spanner in the works. Like, literally trial a new product. Trial something that's like, even if you not know it's not a great idea, but do something for the sake of testing it. Like, just to have fun with it, or putting out a fun new content that's like challenging yourself that you wouldn't normally do. I think they're great ways to sustain that longevity